अर्थवेदच्या ह्या पुढच्या भागात अपन वैल्यूएशन वरती चर्चा करतोय। आप लोगों में से कई लोग हिंदी और इंग्लिश जानते होंगे, तो उनके लिए मैं दोनों तीनों भाषा का प्रयोग कर रहा हूं। लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड वैल्यूएशन ऑफ एसएमईज, स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेस। In fact, in India we call it MSME, micro, small and medium enterprises. Now the question comes that when we have MSME valuations to be done, what are the things which we are talking about? How MSME valuation is done? What are its benefits? How do the MSME entrepreneur look into that? How does the MSME entrepreneur is finding a good space or the good advantage of the valuations? I will take it point by point, but I want this part of the session to be very much useful. That is my goal, especially for the MSME entrepreneurs. So MSME entrepreneurs, wake up and hear me. I am suggesting you to do valuation, but you should understand why. Point number one, I am MSME, I don't need valuation because I am doing fine. Answer, you are doing fine, you should know how much fine you are doing. Okay. Point number two, I am MSME, I need funds. Should I do valuation first or should I go to the bank? Oh, if you have to tell bank what you are, do the valuation first yourself. Alright. Third, MSME, some of them are sole selling suppliers to the MNCs. Then MSMEs, they know that they are a good acquisition target for some of the big companies. Will they acquire you? If they are going to acquire you, at what price? Will they be quoting the right price? And if that is so, does that give an indication to you that if you are a good acquisition target, time has come to increase your selling prices and earn more money? And maybe earn more money not by only increasing selling prices, but by adding value. Take an example. How many organizations are adding value to the customers, whether they are small or big. You have heard about Pharma Easy acquiring Thyrocare, and the synergy benefits is fantastic. In fact, few SMEs also can come together and achieve a synergy benefit by way of having a common customer acquisition. Now, this is where one way is to look at the valuation of each other and work upon the tie-ups. We help those tie-ups also. As a business strategy, if you are looking into the value as 1 plus 1, can we reach 11? That will be a great success for you. So, when an MSME is looking at valuation, there could be different approaches. Generally, in valuation, there are three approaches: asset model or cost model, income model, and market model. Now, can the market model be useful for SMEs? Yes, because market model can take you to find out the untapped potential. I will be proud to say here, one of the Nasik companies, Master Components Limited, when it went for SME registration and SME exchange, they very successfully came out with a big SME issue, and obviously their untapped wealth was, and kudos to those two gentlemen, Shrikant Joshi and Buddhu Kulkarni. I always appreciate their entrepreneurship. Look at such kind of stories and you will realize how valuation have been enhanced. So, a small unit can become a bigger unit. In fact, many companies are doing demerger of a smaller unit from their company. I remember as early as 1997, I was a CFO of Blue Star and we had demerged the business of Blue Star Infotech, and that it flourished like anything. Cross-selling, upselling advantages make a lot of difference. So, whenever I deal with any of the SME, I tell them that if you are B2B, have you looked into the B2C aspect? If you are B2C, have you looked into the B2B aspects? And then what valuation potential is tapped. So SMEs should do the valuation in order to have a brainstorming on the creative ideas of new business strategies and how they can enhance values. So valuation, if you are thinking is a figure or a result, no. Valuation is a process. Valuation is an exercise. Valuation is a journey. Look at valuation as a journey. I'll tell you one of the story of one of the companies which was always, finding it difficult to manage their cash flows. And they are into what? Yachting boats. Leisure boats, you are aware? These yachting boats are available right from 55 lakhs to 5 crore to 10 crore and whatnot. India obviously doesn't manufacture that. But they are the people who have got a license to sell yachting boats. They sometimes sell as a principal, they sometimes sell as a agent. Okay. So whenever they are principal, they buy and sell. Whenever they are agent, they buy as an agent and through them it gets sold, though the invoice is raised by the foreign party. Now they had, how did they get the license? They had expert Navy engineers to take the trial of the yachting boats, including the owner himself. And they started facing funds problem. They started facing that, how do I manage day-to-day balancing? And obviously being a small company, their compliance was happening by a chartered accountant. And one day he suggested that, look, you need to look at the business model. And this is what we do as a business strategy. If you need any help, let me know. But the point is, these people, when I saw, I said that simple thing you tell me, how many boats you sold in past? How many boats have been sold by you in past? They said so many. I said, what happens to those boats subsequently? He said, we get the maintenance contracts also. I said, fantastic. Now, originally you are selling a capital asset and then you are getting a maintenance contract. Can you tell me, are you getting the maintenance contracts of all the past boats sold? All the yachting boats sold? Now this, to be honest, came to me from industry experience. When I was in Blue Star, we were selling ACs. And one day, one of our Big Four consultant asked the question, Mr. Bhave, when you are framing the strategy, how many of your AC customers are going for annual maintenance contract? And when we saw, we were shocked to see they were less than 20%. And then we did an analysis. There was most of the manual data had to be entered for months and months. Then we found that 30% past customers are not found itself in their address. Another 30%, why they have not done AMC, we do not know. They were either going to the local vendors or they were gone to the competitors, and then aggressively Blue Star took that and then they started getting the advantage of the increasing the air conditioning AMC business to almost 3 times. Here I applied the same techniques and here luckily they had no much competition. Only thing customer was to be explained that this AMC, how does it help you to enhance the life of the yacht boat and how it becomes economical in terms of fuel. And the boats are bought by Tatas, Mittals, Ambanis, all HNIs and UHNIs, ultra high net worth individual. Now this company which was facing the cash problem, now maintenance model, huge data was entered into to find out who were our customers, and it made a lot of difference. So you can do a valuation in order to come out with where are the hidden values. You have heard about Air India valuation. Lot of things were there talked about it. But the valuation of Air India had one great hidden thing, that is international flying rights. And they could be sold at a big valuation. Many of the companies, when we do their valuations, we say, okay, why this asset is not used? You will find our method surprising. I go to a SME valuer and tell him, I want to do your valuation, you want to do your valuation. First tell me which are your top 10 unused and underused assets. And he gets a shock. He said, why are you asking me? I am going to give you the turnover. How is my growth in the business? I said, yes, but you will have a much untapped potential of the underused and unused assets, and you will either decide to sell them off and bring the cash into business, or you will be able to make them to run those as also. Now these things happen very interestingly. If you know, in Andheri Seeps, many of the IT companies face problem of the space. One fine morning, somebody says, why not start a triple shift? Now this was never thought. The IT professional were in a big way talking about that only manufacturing sectors workers work in 3 shifts if there is a continuous process factory. But why not? And now today, many of the organizations are able to double, triple their valuations because they have found the untapped potential of the various resources which they have. And believe me, we have done not less than 100 valuations so far. But we did find that as far as these valuations are concerned, many of them could be doubled or tripled just because of the untapped potential in the valuation. Now you know that HDFC and HDFC Bank merged, ICICI and ICICI Bank merged, SBI Mutual Fund is getting sold. I am an independent director on LIC Mutual Fund. LIC is into life insurance, LIC is into housing finance, LIC into gratuity funds, LIC into mutual funds. How do they get the cross-selling opportunities? I mean, when on the board of directors of LIC Mutual Fund we discuss, we come up with various interesting fundas which can increase the valuation. So, the question comes that when we are talking about a SME valuation, many of the SME businessmen don't look into the possibility of expanding valuations. Having said that, there are many other opportunities which one can share with you. We had one case of valuation of a packaging machine, packaging film. Now, we did one simple thing. I said, whom you are selling? He said, we have so many customers relying on us for years and years. I said, fantastic. But let me tell you one thing. I am sending my MBA young trainee to a mall and he will bring list of all the things which are wrapped up. Whether it is a chocolate or a blade or a shaving cream or anything. And whatever he brings, you have to tell me for each of these products, how many top 5, which are the top 5 companies, and if those number of products were 100 into 5, 500, are those 500 companies your customers, and if not, why not? Where is their business going? And they were shocked that they were only working on 80 products. From there, they moved to almost 300 companies, products which they are able to sell. So, SME valuation untaps the lot of potential, as I said. Second part is, SME challenges are there. It is a one-man show. He can't do everything. So, what should he do? He should outsource CFO and strategy services. Second possibility, he is not aware of many subsidies available. He is not aware of many benefits available. So, if one is constantly in touch with their consultants, final goal keeping in value. So, if you get any consultant, finally ask him, how much will be addition to my value to the business? Short term, long term, and all types. Having said that, I wish to state here that many of the MSMEs are not aware that they can sell globally and they should take the advantage of the global platforms available. Almost every week or every month at least, some foreign embassy meetings happen in Mumbai and there they are able to get the export, how to get in touch with them. And in light of this, my thought process will be SMEs should think of listing on the SME stock exchange, increasing their equity value, look at the untapped potential of the assets, look at the tie-up and cross-selling facilities, and look at even the potential acquirers who will find value in you and expand your business in that angle. And valuation exercises will not just tell you how to raise the funds, but it will tell you how to expand your business valuation by thinking of the creative ideas in the business strategy. Thank you.